Hello, ma'am. Can you hear me? Hello? Ma'am, am I audible? Okay, connected. Audio. Ma'am?
Hello?
Hello. Yes, you are audible now. Am I audible to you, ma'am?
Yes,
Yes, perfect. You're audible and visible at the same time.
yes. Are you able to hear me clearly?
Yes, ma'am. All
Okay.
clear and right on time. I think we can start now. Audience
Sure.
will keep joining. We are also live streaming on YouTube, and it's
Yes.
also live on our website. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay. Hello, ma'am. Hello, everyone. First of all, I would like to welcome you all to this session on entrance exam talks conducted and presented by Advancing Northeast. And I'm quite sure that all of the viewers who are watching us right now are already aware of what Advancing Northeast stands for. But I would just like to brief up a little before we move ahead with our session. So, Advancing Northeast is a digital initiative by the Northeastern Council, Ministry of Development of Northeastern Region, and implemented by NetFee. It's a one-stop solution portal designed for the youths of Northeast to guide them make informed decisions on career and livelihood, and to help them in the fields of employment, education, and entrepreneurship. So that's about Advancing Northeast. And now we'll move ahead with the session. One second, ma'am. Yes, so the Advancing Northeast, the portal mainly aims to bring the best of industry professionals, virtually to guide the students make the right choice regarding all their queries and all their major concerns. And so today we have another guest speaker and expert herself, Mrs. Neha Agarwal. She is the topper for the recruitment examination for the Inspector of Drugs under Commissioner of Food Safety and Drug Administration, MHRB, Government of Assam. So I welcome you, ma'am, and we are delighted to have you here. And a
Thank you so much.
big congratulations on your success, ma'am. I am sure it's a proud moment for you as well as your family, to work this hard and then achieve such a feat. Not only crack an examination of such high level, but also top the examination. So,
I would like to thank you so much for inviting me to this show. I would say to this inspiring session, and I really am very thankful for advancement of Northeast and you people and Prithviraj also for letting me be your guest and be a part of this event. Thank you so much.
thank you, thank you, thank you. We are extremely, delighted and to have you here, ma'am. So now we can move ahead with our session. We'll begin with, a brief introduction of yours for audiences. I have already introduced you, but still, ma'am, we would like to know a little about yourself from you yourself, and also how does it feel to, crack such an examination? Just tell us something.
Actually, as about myself, I would like to say that I was born and brought up in Guwahati actually, first of all, and then for some reason we had to shift like from Guwahati to Dibrugarh, and I completed my schooling also in Dibrugarh, from St. Mary's Convent, and then I pursued my high secondary 11 and 12 from BKV Dibrugarh, Vivekanand Kendra Vidyalaya Dibrugarh, taking science as a subject. And after I completed my plus two, then I was like. I was not aware of this course actually, B Farm or M Farm, anything like that exists. We at that time we only knew about going to medicine or engineering or something like that when we talk about science students. But one of our teachers, I'm very grateful to him. He was our biology teacher, and in VKV Dibrugarh, he introduced me to this new course which was available in Dibrugarh University. So we inquired about it, and from there I came to know about B Farm, and I pursued this course. It's a 4-year course, integrated course. We have to have a compulsory degree, means plus two. We have to do in science, and on the basis of our percentage of marks and interview as well as counseling, we are selected for pursuing this course in Dibrugarh University. Apart from this, the course is also available in various private colleges and all over India, and sometimes the entrance exam also needs to be given in order to get an entry into college. But such sort of an entrance exam is not available now in Dibrugarh. Till now, it's not there. It is only done on the basis of your percentage of marks. Then after 4 years of completion of B Farm, I was thinking of joining some industry or some other employment opportunities, but in my heart, I wanted to pursue M Farm. That means I wanted to do my masters. But for that, it was a costly. I mean, it was a very we have to invest so much. Already we had invested in B Farm. It's a costly course. I mean, for 4 years you need lots of you have to invest it. And I had pursued student loan actually in order to complete this course, and I had to pay back the loan with interest also. So with great risk, I chose M Farm only because I qualified GPAT. Now, what is GPAT? After we complete B Farm, there is an all India level of examination. Like, have you heard of GATE? So in that sort, only GPAT examination is the Graduate Pharmacy Aptitude Testing. So when we qualify this exam, we receive a monthly scholarship of 10,000, 11,000 like that, and using that we can pursue our M Farm. So luckily I got through that exam, and through that, I completed my M.Pharm, and after that, I joined a different kind of. I have worked in so many places. Like I have been in industry, also pharmaceutical industry in Hyderabad, and I have also worked in regional drug testing lab. It is in Guwahati, where we conduct testing of different kinds of drug samples, which are procured by drug inspectors all over Assam and sent to the drug testing lab to check whether the drugs, they have the appropriate quantity of contents, means the one which are mentioned in the labels of the strips of tablets, actually they are present in that percentage in that content or not. So we need to test that. That is done in the drug testing labs. Apart from that, I have also done research activity in NIPER. That is it is in Guwahati, NIPER Guwahati. It is one of the most prestigious R&D institutes in India. So as a senior research fellow, we did some work there as a senior research fellow. And after that, I came to academics. And in academics, first of all, I taught pharmaceutical chemistry in Arunachal University in Namsai. Then I got an opportunity in Girjananda Institute of Pharmaceutical Sciences, Tejpur. So I was working there when I appeared for drug inspector exam, and right now I have resigned from that position, and I'm waiting for the posting of my posting. So that's all about me.
Wonderful, wonderful, ma'am. I'm sure this would be very beneficial for all the, everyone listening, because gate and everything we are aware of, but GPET and like you mentioned, right, drug testing and everything, these are not, certain areas which are made aware to the masses at large. So it's very
Yes,
important information that should be disseminated to everyone.
yes,
Right,
yes,
right, ma'am.
yes.
Wonderful. So, ma'am, I would like to ask you that what mainly attracted you to this sector? You said that you were always interested in doing M.Pharm and everything, but what was that one factor that drove you towards this field?
Okay, the one factor, just like I mentioned, my teacher was there, na, my biology teacher. He informed me about this course. First of all, I was not aware of this course. He informed me about this course, and then I went through the syllabus of it. I went to some of my friends who were pursuing this course already. I mean, it's not friends. I mean, some relatives and all, and they showed me the books, like what are the books, various books. And when I went through the books, when I saw the chapters, when I saw the content of the course, I was like, I realized that I wanted to study this. So, so that is why I advise anyone who asks me, like, should we go for this course or not? I strongly recommend them that you go through the syllabus once, because science students, when they go through that syllabus, they will realize that what kind of things you will study in the next 4 years, and according to their interest they can choose. So this was the factor, actually, the content of the course, what they were teaching. I wanted to learn that. I wanted to know about human body. I wanted to know about medicines and how they work. It seemed very interesting to me, and that is what drove me to this course, actually.
Okay, ma'am. Beautiful. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So, ma'am, I would also like to know about the various, levels, skills, because only knowing the syllabus won't work, or wanting to do something won't work, but you also require the skills and everything. So tell us about the levels, the skills required, the subjects, or the top colleges or universities that the students should know.
First of all, the person should have they should have deep learning for science. They should have that. They should have a liking for science, the science subjects like biology, chemistry, especially chemistry and physics also. So a person should be oriented in science. That is the most important skill requirement, because B pharmacy is a science-based subject, and total conceptual based learning for science is very much essential for pursuing B Pharm. So that is one of the most important skills. So if you don't like science, if you're like parents have like forced you to take science in 11, 12, and after that if you go for B Pharm, so it will be a huge problem, actually, because you need concepts. You need to understand the concepts and application of those scientific concepts in how can you apply in our pharmaceutical sector. So that is the utmost skill required. Apart from that, they should also have the skill to work long hours, because even our classes began from morning 8 till 5 p.m. in the evening as a student also. So they have to learn working for long hours, patience, some patience, because we had to conduct lots of experiments. Every day we had 4 to 5 hours of our practical classes. So practical classes, they need lots of patience, and you need to wait for the results. So that kind of skill set is very much essential. Also, when we, as it is also required in other sectors also, we need to have the ability to work in team. When we go in industry, when we go in some research as a group project or as a research project, if we be a part, we have to be able to be work in group. Okay, so team building. So lone worker, lone wolf might not survive not survive well in the course of pharmacy. These are the basic skill sets that are required. Okay, and I think the most important skill set I'm saying again and again is that the love for science. You should love the. You should want to. You should have the zest, to understand scientific concepts, and then how to apply B pharmacy will teach you. But first of all, we need to have the liking for science subject, especially the human body, the working of it, how it functions, all those things.
Exactly, ma'am. If you won't lay the foundation properly, how would you make the building, right? So yes, understanding of science is very important. Yeah.
Very important.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah, ma'am, totally. So next up, I would like to know about the current scope in the pharmaceutical sector of India. You know, the various job roles, the industries, prospects, all the pros and cons regarding this field. You know.
Yes. 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 See, when we entered in this course, at that time, very few people, they knew about something like B pharmacy or M pharmacy. They did not know about this thing. But right now, if you ask me, I will say that many students, instead of pursuing engineering or such kind of a course, people are more oriented towards pharmacy, paramedical courses, okay, BMLT, all this. So pharmaceutical sector in India is growing at and I would like to say, exponential scale. And the proof of this was seen in the COVID pandemic time, because pharmacy, India is known as the pharmacy capital of the world. That means most of the drug requirements in the whole world is provided by India only. India is a hub of manufacture of generic medicines. Generic medicines is something like, suppose a pharmaceutical a pharmaceutical company, it has manufactured, it has done R&D, research and development, and manufactured a particular drug again that is able to fight a disease which is not known by anyone else. So it has invested millions and millions of rupees into that, to manufacture that drug, to develop that drug. Now they will develop a patent, that is, they will only that company can manufacture that drug and sell that drug. No other company can sell it. Okay, that is a patent, it is called. So it has a period of about 10 to 15 years like that, and once the patent expires, only then other companies will be able to manufacture it. When the patent expires and the other companies start manufacturing that drug, that is known as a generic medicine. So India is a hub of generic medicine, producer of generic medicine. And also now, if you talk about COVID-19 situation, the highest number of vaccines were also manufactured in India, in pharmaceutical company. And I think the Serum Institute itself, it manufactures around 30 crores of vaccines per month. So all the countries which are underdeveloped or developing now, for them, India has offered huge benefit by offering these drugs, generic drugs at low cost. Because when a drug is patented, when it is a patented drug, its cost is very high, because only that company is able to sell it.
Yes.
And when it becomes a generic medicine, when other companies can also sell it, its cost decreases, means more than 50% it decreases. It becomes affordable for the common people to buy that drug. And India is making that possible. So India is now one of the, you can say, it is that, if you see the volume wise of all the industries in the world, Indian pharmaceutical industry has a third place. Okay, third place in industry. And not only industry, R&D, research and development, your other healthcare facilities, preventive medicine, all these are also taking means a special place in Dibrugarh. So it has a wide scope, but there are certain challenges also, because I would say that quality personnel means the human resource development. When the people are there are lots of pharmaceutical colleges in India, but how many of these colleges, they produce students, or they produce manpower which are truly capable of solving problems? Okay, that is the main issue. So there are huge number of pharmaceutical colleges coming up here, but I think 50% of them are actually truly they are devoted to producing good students, good outcomes, the people who can really solve problems. That is one issue, major issue. But apart from that, if the policymakers, the government, and the academicians, industries, they join hands together, and like they work towards all of them, they join hands together and they work towards one single goal, that single vision which have been seen by the government of India, that by 2030 India will be the highest contributor of pharmaceutical drugs, manufacturer or R&D. Only then the problem can be solved. But scope is there. Scope is there. If a student now wants to ask me, should I pursue BPharm? Should I pursue MPharm? I would definitely say yes. Yes. But be sure that you follow your standards. You just don't study for getting a degree. Okay. Yeah. So that manpower skill, innovative temperament, that is very much essential. So these scope is very good, but pros and cons are also there. We have to take care of that.
Exactly, ma'am. Producing good students and everything. It's clearly evident. I'm so glad that you spoke about this. Making a difference is the main factor, you know. Only studying for the sake of doing a course is not the
yes,
ultimate goal. Right, ma'am. And also, like you said, the process and everything related to this field, you know, it's very critical and it comes with a lot of responsibilities.
Yes,
so I would like
exactly.
so I would like to know more about the, you know, challenges and responsibilities and the duties that are associated with this sector.
Yes, means one of the most important, like if we see today, is that as I said now, that this in India, you know, before 1960s, 70s, healthcare, it was very, means it was not affordable for common people because the cost of medicines were very high. But in 1970, one major change came. This is the Indian Patent Act. Okay, this Indian Patent Act, what it did was that it allowed Indian companies to manufacture these generic drugs, and it became affordable to the common people. But again, then what happened after a few years? You know, the developed countries, they are very specialized in playing some games, no, so that the market, ultimately economic market, favors those developed countries. Okay, so what they did in TRIPS agreement, you know, WTO, World Trade Organization TRIPS agreement, they said that the process through which the drug is manufactured, they patented that also. The drug was patented, the process also they patented. So again, these drugs, drugs and medicines, they became, they were not so affordable to the common, they became expensive. Now, this is one major challenge, you know. So we have to solve this issue. Now, big companies, they invest so much money in R&D, research and development, in clinical trials, in manufacturing, in quality control, new drug. We have to obtain the license of new drugs. So much we cannot imagine also, like at least 10, 15, 20 years are taken to just take out one new drug. Okay, so that much money who will give? It is their, actually we can say it is their right that they go for patent. It is their right. But can't we formulate some other way? Can't we formulate some other way to deal with this problem? So I recently came across one concept, like all the countries of the world, you know, they, based on their, how they contribute to the society, how they contribute to the illnesses that are present in society, like how they help to develop the human development index of their country. Based on that, those countries receive some points. Okay, and those points will be they will be summed up to form a corpus. Okay, like India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, all will have points based on what they did for the commoners, not for the Tata, Birla, Reliance, not that one, for the commoners, what they did. Those points they will accumulate, and on the basis of those points, they will be provided a fund. They will be provided a fund to invest in the research of new drugs. And who will provide that fund? Means a corpus will be created by all the countries of the world. Just like there is World Health Organization for these manufacture of drugs, for these study of research of drugs, all the countries can contribute towards one corpus. And depending on which country contributes more to the human development of the people of that country, fund will be provided to them, and that fund can be distributed among the companies who want to do research, who want to produce new drugs, and the cost of those drugs will not be based on the cost of research. It will be based on a particular formula designed. Okay, there is a formula designed. On that formula, it will be based and it will be affordable for all. So in that way, the companies who manufacture the drugs, they are also benefited, and the people are also. This is one new idea that is coming up. So if this can be implemented, some laws need to be made through this, and the people of the healthcare personnel, they need to sit together and need to discuss this. This is a new idea coming up. If this can be done, then this major issue of these generic drugs and patented drugs, this can be solved. Also, another challenge is that the same thing in a different perspective, that when we go, suppose you visit a doctor, okay, when you visit a doctor, a physician, and you tell them about the illnesses, how they prescribe the drugs. Do they write the chemical name of the drug, or do they write a brand name? They usually write the brand name of the drugs. So a person like a commoner, they will feel that, oh, he is a doctor, so he have given this brand name, so I have to buy this brand name. I have to buy a drug with this brand name, and they keep searching it. But the physician might be a bit critical. He might think that, okay, this, the marketing, there are certain marketing games actually. So they may think that, okay, if I prescribe this by this brand name, so maybe that particular company will compensate them by giving some special gifts or something. So this thing, by prescription with brand name has to go. We have to prescribe through the common name of that drug. So if that happens, although Government of India is working hard, Jan Aushadhi scheme is there, okay, but we need to work real fast, okay. And apart from this, regulatory, where we will be playing a role now as a drug inspector, as administrator, this regulatory division, they have to be very strong. They have to be very strong in implementing these major rules and policies. So if these things are kept in mind, I think in a few years we can see major changes in the pharmaceutical industry, and whatever loopholes that we have, loopholes like this, we can, although it will take some time, but it can be tackled. So these are the challenges, I think.
Yes, ma'am. I think these are certain points that not only the students who are interested in pharmacy, but in general, all the public should be aware of these certain facts.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
very
yes.
well pointed out, ma'am. Now I would like to, get into the post, your drug inspector post, the exam that you set for. Regarding that, what are the minimum qualifications required, and what are the, syllabus, courses, disciplines? If you could narrow it down for the students to understand it better, the examination pattern, the marking schemes, and everything, ma'am.
Yes. So there are two kinds of exam. What is a central drug inspector exam, and then there is a state drug inspector exam. Central drug inspector exam, they are usually conducted by UPSC, okay, and but the state drug inspectors exam, they are conducted by individual states like Assam government. They will conduct their own exam. In our case, it was conducted by your medical and health recruitment board. The minimum qualification which you require for applying for sitting for an exam in drug inspector is a degree in pharmacy, that is B Pharm. Apart from that, a degree in pharmaceutical chemistry or medicine, okay, degree in medicine with specialization in clinical pharmacology or microbiology. They are also eligible for appearing in this exam. But mostly the people who have a B Pharma degree, M Pharm is not required. Okay, M Pharm is not compulsory. Master's in degree is not a compulsory course for applying for this post. B Pharma is sufficient. And you apply for this post. Apart from this, they will conduct, after you are accepted, after your application is accepted, they will send an acknowledgement that you are selected for written exam. They will give a date for the written exam. And the pattern of the written exam, how is it? It contains 100 MCQs, multiple choice questions, 100 MCQs. There is no negative marking, so we can attempt all the questions. Okay? We can attempt all the questions. And regarding the syllabus of they did not mention anything in particular. In the advertisement, they had not mentioned any syllabus, but they mentioned that whatever we studied during our B Pharma curriculum, the syllabus of whole of it, 4-year syllabus they had given. But I would say that smart study is needed. It is not necessary, it is not possible to study a 4 years all the subject. It's not possible. There are some major subjects. I can say the name of a few subjects like pharmaceutics, pharmacology, pharmacognosy, pharmaceutical chemistry, and of course jurisprudence. So these 5 subjects are the main ones. But even as I say, these 5 subjects very vast means all the 4 years they contain some part of pharmaceutics, some chemistry, some biology. So the thing is that preparation, if you want to ask me about preparation of these, it is not possible that you prepare after the advertisement is out, before 2 months of the exam preparation. That is not possible. So when you go for pursuing B Pharm, at that time you must have some goal in mind that, okay, I will pursue B Pharm. What do you want to do? I want to go in marketing, because marketing is also one of the options we can do after B Pharm. Or I want to go in research. In that case, GPAT preparation we have to do. Starting from the starting only. From second year, maybe I think it will be best. Second year, second or third sem. Then, if you want to go for drug inspector, in that case, the classroom study and the hostel or at home study should be such that your notes preparation should be such that at future, if you want to appear for any entrance exam, those points which you note down, those tips, those underlying parts, we can just revise through them, and we can that can make up. So it is not possible that it's a very huge vast subject. It's not possible by any means to study after the advertisement or after passing your B Pharma. You have to be mentally prepared from the very beginning. You have to be clear what you want to do, whether you want to pursue an MBA after B Pharm. So likely you have to go for that. Okay? If you want to go, if you're asking me particularly about drug inspectors, so the subjects which I said, those subjects, we need to make special notes of them. Okay? If not notes also, everyone has different means of studying. So some small gist of topics, conceptual learning is important. So in that way, we can prepare for B Pharm. For me, in my case, I have the topics which I studied, I used to make MCQs of every topic. Suppose if a chapter, I study a chapter, I used to underline some points, and then I used to make MCQs of those. So before the exam, I went through the MCQs which I prepared myself. So that is how I did that. And apart from that, nowadays online also many YouTube videos and websites are available that will help you to narrow down the syllabus, to study the important parts. So those things you have to search. 2-3 months आप search ही करो कि आपको कैसे पढ़ना है, किस तरह से. After that only you start the studying part. ना? So that is how we should proceed actually.
Yes, ma'am, exactly. I think smart study is the key right now.
Yes.
Conceptual understanding and smart study. Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, also after the written examination, do you require to attend the interview process? Is there any interview process?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can you please explain?
Yes. So once you appear for written exam, they will give the marks. They don't declare the marks as such. They will give the answer script. The answers to the questions, and you can match which answer you wrote, and the answer script, you can match it from that, and then you can calculate your own marks, and then you have to wait, and they will declare that the date of the interview. So after on the basis of the written marks, they will call for interview. And interview for us, it was held in the APSC building in Khanapara. There, I think total how many? I think 60 were selected. I think 60 out. No, not 60. I think 100, around 100. 100 of them were selected out of 1,300 candidates who appeared. 1,300 candidates appeared, and 100 of them were selected for interview. And it took place over a period of 4 days interview. And for each candidate, they gave 10 to 15 minutes interview. You have to appear before a board. They were a board of like 6 people. So 2 ladies and 4 gents. They were, I think most of them were ACS, ACS or IAS. And some of them were also related to our pharmacy field, teachers, academicians. And they asked questions. In the interview, what did they ask? See, our professional knowledge, they already tested in the written exam. The course knowledge, in the interview, they will mainly see what is how the person can what is the confidence level of that person. If they appear before a situation, a problematic situation, how will they face the situation? How will they be able to mentally prepare themselves for? They will just judge your personality first. They will grasp your personality. How is this person able to handle a difficult situation? They may give you a question of difficult situation. What will you do in that situation? Apart from that, they will also see what is the societal knowledge. Apart from the padne wala knowledge, what is your knowledge about India, about Assam? What is your knowledge about the where you study? Do you think you have any social problems? How do you think of solving those social problems? About the politics, okay, politics, about constitution, our constitution. They may ask history. They have asked lots of questions about history, Assam history. Then they may ask geographical related questions and economy related questions, general knowledge, static GK. So the stream is very vast. But as I say, a person, after, we should always encourage our children also not to just look in our study part, no. So society mein kya ho raha hai, what is happening in the society, what is actually the problem that is happening in India. You have to have that mental ability to see the social knacks, the problems that exist in society. Also static GK part, it is also very important. So this, they will basically judge your general knowledge, okay, and your emotional stability, your patience type, your patience level, your confidence level, how you present yourself, okay, how well made, are you an insane person or not. So they will just check that one. So that is in 15 minutes. They are so experienced, the board members. They are able to judge a person, what kind of a person he or she is.
Exactly.
So this was about the written and interview process. Then you had asked me about the roles and responsibilities of a drug inspector.
Yeah, ma'am. Just a reminder, ma'am, that we are running out of time. So, ma'am, if you could just be a little, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
so we are mainly linked with regulatory issues, administration, regulatory issues. So there is an act, actually, Drugs and Cosmetics Acts and Rules. All the provisions of the Drugs and Cosmetics as Act and Rules should be followed, and they are followed or not, that is the duty of the drug inspector to ensure. In manufacturing places where drugs are manufactured, where they are sold, okay, where they are distributed, all these places, that drug inspector, they have to ensure that regulations are strictly adhered to. So that is the main duty or power of a drug inspector.
Drug inspector. Yes, ma'am. Totally understandable. And being also, ma'am, being a mother of a kid, you are also a mother of a kid. How did you juggle so hard? That is, I want to know it. Any message you want to give to all the viewers watching, and the challenges you yourself face, and we'll wrap it up by this, after this.
Okay. So when I look back now, I think that the most important thing for a person who has a child, who has a baby or someone, is the familial support. You need very much that support from your family is the most important thing in such kind of preparations. And I was very lucky enough that my in-laws, my husband, my mother, my sister, they all helped me tremendously in this thing. So family support is the most important. Also your own you have to realize your potential. You know that you can do it, and you have to believe in yourself. You cannot give up. There are so many times I used to think, let's give up, but something inside was there. No, I saw this dream, and I have to work towards it. So that is important. Besides, I would also like to say that apart from my parents and my husband who helped me, my son, my 3-year-old son also, he helped me tremendously by the patience that he showed. I was working at that time and not in the place where I stayed, Dibrugarh. I was working in Tejpur actually. So I back and forth I did. Okay, and my son used to stay in Dibrugarh with my husband and my in-laws. So my son used to wait for me. The patience level that he showed, that okay, my mom will come, and every time he met me with a smile. He never cried when I go. That inspired me. That really inspired me, that if my son is so emotionally, he is so connected to me, but still he waits for me. He shows this level of patience. So that helped me, I think, that factor, that my son is with me in this. That helped me a lot,
Oh,
and
absolutely,
somehow we
absolutely.
made through.
Yeah, absolutely, ma'am. That little kid watching over there must be so proud right now, watching his mother, speaking of all this. So, yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful moment. And thank you so much, ma'am. I'm sure all the viewers watching us have been, benefited and they have learned so many things. I myself have learned so many things from you, ma'am. And
Thank you
it
so
was such a
much.
wonderful session. And yes, I think this is the best time. India is the best space for students who want to work towards the pharmaceutical sector, right, ma'am? Since you already mentioned that it's the
Yes,
third
yes,
third largest, I guess, right, ma'am? Am
yes,
I right? Yeah.
yes,
Yeah, so yeah, it's
yes.
the perfect time and perfect space. So yeah, everybody should come forward and you encouraged and motivated them to come for this even more. Thank you, we had an absolutely wonderful time
Thank you
having you,
so
ma'am.
much. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. I'm really delighted to be a part of this show, and I hope I was able to help. I was able to meet your expectations. Actually, this is also a first of a kind interview which I have
Oh,
done.
ma'am, we are
And
actually sorry that we are running out of time. We actually had so much more to learn from you, but we are sure that we'll meet again in the in your future. Yeah,
again,
yeah.
thank you so much.
Thank you. And also, I would like to say this to our audiences that the video will be streamed in all our platforms. So please visit Advancing Northeast for further updates, and you can also put your comments or anything you want to do in our comment section. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
ma'am. Yeah,
Bye bye.
bye.